partnering with Broader Vision Media to bring to you a video channel, and we hope to have that live in by this summer. So the scope of it is that when you guys come to training and we videotape some of these sessions and you go back to your cities and you remember a topic but you can't remember who the speaker was, or you can't remember some of the things that they said, you'd be able to log on to this video channel and find that session and watch the portions of it that you missed or that you wanted to hear again. So it would kind of be similar to what we would call an internet TV. And right now I've got it on the screen. I'm having a sound issue, so we can't hear some of the video, so we'll just look at what the basic screen is going to look like. And it's going to have along the side there some of the tracks that you'd be able to search, just like if you were on a YouTube video. You'd be able to type in the topic, like say ammonia and water, or that type of thing, and you'd be able to find what you wanted to watch and view that. It's also going to have some links to our corporate partners and any members that want to have information out there, and it's also going to have information on our staff and find out more about what Minnesota Rural Water Association does. It'll be linked to our website, so just keep your eyes open. Hopefully this summer we'll be able to roll this live, but we're really proud of this, and we really hope that you jump on board to utilize this situation.
So when we pull into town and we have GoPro cameras and cameras on the trucks and stuff, and we pull up and we're going to help you, you know, nobody likes to be videotaped. But this is your deal, and we all learn from each other. So, and I'm serious about the GoPro cameras, and you know, some of you have seen some of these things. It's really important. You know, I understand we're not going to take things and try to make things look bad. This is all about learning together and being able to go to this virtual network and seeing Jeff build a fire hydrant, or replace a fire hydrant, or fix a fire hydrant, or a lift station calibration. Walking through all these steps, it's a virtual network. You can see it firsthand right in front of your face. That's where this is going.
Okay, so we're also going to talk a little bit about the phone apps that we have. Have you guys seen in our publications the advertising that we've had for our phone going paperless? Any of that? I had a video that I was going to show, but there's no sound on it. But if you go to our website, under the tools section, there's a short video. It's only 30 seconds that shows how this works. And there is a pricing structure for it. It's $20 a month, and you can get unlimited amount of apps that are out there. It's called Canvas. If you go to the App Store now, you can download it for free. And it's C-A-N-V-A-S. You can get it on the Android market or the iPhone, Apple market, iTunes market. And Frank's got it on screen for what he sees on his phone, and that's what you would see also once you download this app. There's all different kinds of forms, such as like a hydrant test form.
You can see this up here, and there's a ton of different apps. The neat part about this is we have Canvas on our side so that we can take your ideas and develop an app for free. We can develop it for free. However, if you're looking at a monthly subscription or an annual subscription to these apps, but lift station calibration to annual or daily logs, what you're doing at your well house, or fluoride reports or whatnot. That's where this is going. So what I'm asking you as a group, and I have received some help and some inquiries of what we should put together. What we really need to do is this is a national, you know, maybe some of these are from Kentucky, or maybe some of these are from Arkansas. Well, we need to make it Minnesota, okay? So if we can sit down, give us a phone call, any of us, sit down and develop the material, we send it into Canvas, and now it's an app. We're going to develop a bunch, but we want everything as much as we can from you, the Minnesota operators. So it's basically it's a one-stop shop. Hit the button, go online. Maybe it's what, Lori? Do we know how much it would cost annually?
Yeah, there's two different pricing structures. One is it's $20 a month or $210 a year, or it's $5 a month for a limited amount of submissions. And how they charge that is once you fill out a form, it sends an email to whatever email address that you have specified in the program. and that counts as a submission. So basically, you're sending it as a paper copy back to your email, so you could choose to print it out later or save it in your email program. And so that is how you go ahead and subscribe to it. But you can see there's all kinds of different apps that Frank had, and there's tons of different ones that he hasn't downloaded yet that are available at on that market.
That's the whole beauty of this. You think about technology today, you go out, you do your rounds, you go to the wastewater plant, you go to the water plant. A lot of this information you write down the old way. Take the pencil out and do this. Well, if there's a way to link this, your phone, whether it's an Android phone or whether it's an iPhone, this can all be linked to a central hub, okay? So any information that you have, water loss, daily log reports, well reports, lift station reports, it'll go back to a central location. My intention is to put it in a spreadsheet, and it will do all your continuous logging for daily, total annual or total daily or total weekly, gallons pumped, wastewater, water. So kind of the legwork is done for you by an on-site entering of this through an app. Make sense? Kinda?
Go ahead.
So if you got a facility with 5 operators, does it cost you $210 per operator or $210 per facility?
Okay, so he's asking, is it just per operator that uses it, or is it per system that uses it? That's a good question.
Per phone.
I think it's per phone. I have the pricing structure on the website. I can go pull it up right now while we're talking about some GPS mapping and get you the answer, because that is a good question. Do people in here think that they would use that? That you would, to go paperless when you're out in the field in your trucks, to be able to log things on your phone versus having to take paper with, or not yet?
I'm assuming everybody's going to want to actually see what it will do. That's the whole point. Dave just asked me, he said, well, why don't we put some things together here? What we're asking is, and I think what Kyle, Tim, myself, Jeff, when we do trainings throughout the year, we're going to try to incorporate this with all of our training sessions. And hopefully we will show you, and we'll do some I think we can get a kind of a free pass for people that have smartphones at the training sessions to actually go in and play with them and see what would help or what wouldn't. And I know a couple of guys from Henning, they want to develop a daily log from their rounds and everything so that they can enter this in as they go through their rounds. Well, that might be specific to Henning, but maybe what we could do is make something a little bit more standard that everybody likes, so we can publish this. And literally, I take your input, Lori does, we send it into Canvas to develop the app. Joan.
Could you also develop this with like SCADA system?
Could you develop this with SCADA?
I wonder where we collect all the data and actually.
That's a question we'd have to ask Canvas. I don't know. Probably not, but security issues. But I don't know.
That would do the same thing.
Could.
Probably wouldn't need you anymore. I mean, as an operator, So.
SCADA app is $10.
Free.
Okay.
All free.
Okay. Well, this is going to be a work in process. The whole thing here is it needs to come. I think it needs to come from you. Hell with us. Let's bring what you folks want, and we'll get the legwork done for you. It's not about Jeff or Tim or Frank. It's about what you guys want. So throughout the year, you'll see this. I know I've talked a little bit about it in some of my training sessions, but the developmental stage is here, and we just need to put it in the computer and make it work. Okay?
If you're interested, go to our website. It's under the tools link. There's a short 30-second clip that kind of explains it too. I wanted to show that today, but I'm having sound issues with the laptop and the house system here, so no one's gonna be able to hear it. And then there's also the pricing structure, a link to how that works, and it probably is per phone. I mean, that would make sense. Per submission email address that's entered into that app. So, how many in here have been on our new redesigned website, the new site that we have now? Does everyone know the black fast track bar, the link that's on the top left? if you hover over that fast track bar will expand out, and you can search our site. So just put any keywords in there that you want. If you put Canvas in or phone app, that'll come up as well that way. So also you can, if you can't find the tracer wire spec that Jeff and Frank were talking about earlier, just search the site and it'll come up that way too. So just wanted to make sure that was all clear.
On the website, I know it's hard to get used to. I'm getting used to it too. Lori did a great job. It should be much quicker. That's that fast track button that Lori's talking about on the upper left. You just click that black bar and it'll slide out, and trading calendar or TA Times or Today Magazine just makes it a little bit easier for you to follow.
We used to have some popular quizzes on the website that, because of the technology with our new server, we had to do away with. But those will be coming back. Hopefully by this summer we'll have those back. I know were pretty popular, especially around exam time. So hopefully soon.
And also under the news and events, obviously a very hot topic right now is this prevention of frozen water service lines. It's on the home page, just so that people know. And I know Jeff's worked pretty hard on this, and Lori just put this on. I know it's hard to read up here. It's on the home page, prevention of freezing water lines. It helps you present this to oftentimes councils who don't really oftentimes understand. So just a lot of knowledge for you folks right there at the tip of your fingers to show your council would really help. NRWA.com, if you've never been there, there's some pretty good stuff on there, especially with this issue.
If you can't find anything, call our office, text me, and I'll see if I can get it for you. And lastly, we're just going to talk a little bit, just briefly, about 5 minutes about our GPS GIS mapping venture. I'm going to have Jeff talk a little bit more, put him on the spot and have him talk a little bit more about that. But that's what we've got displayed up here. So.
Well, one of the services that rural water provides, of course, is locating, right? We go out and look for curb stops, water mains, things like that. And in the 13 years I've been doing it, I've gone back to communities 3 or 4 times and located the same curb stop, the same water main. After a while, people just forget where stuff is at. So we came up with the idea to make a visually correct map. That was our goal. And our board of directors, allowed us to move ahead and try this. We spent the money. We bought a very high-end GPS unit. Lori does all the work in the office, wherever she went, as far as taking those coordinates and transferring them onto a map like you see up front here. So what we end up with, everyone, is we're not expecting anybody to buy a GPS unit, right, to go out and look for a curb stop or look for a gate valve. But you do have those coordinates when you're done with this process. You get them on a flash drive. We have them stored at the office. But the important part is you get a map that you see up here that shows you a picture of your city, an actual Bing map, Google Earth. And we take those points and we drop that curb stop in that yard or that gate valve in the street where it actually is. So you can pull the map out on the hood of your truck. This was what my vision was at 2 o'clock in the morning, and look at that map and go, I have a gate valve here, I have a gate valve here, and I have a gate valve here. That should kill that water main. Okay? Curb stops are the same way. We all have a metal detector, right? A lot of times the curb stops aren't up on the surface of the ground, but if you can look at a map, a picture of a house, and see that the curb stop is on the east side of the house, north side of the driveway, you can go with your metal detector and find that curb stop. And I think we've done 3 towns: Pennock, Milroy, and Darwin. And we've got 3 or 4 communities on the hook that we're going to do again this year. We're not going to take this on as a full-time job. We just want to deal with the smaller communities, maybe 300 to 500 connections. Because those are the towns that have nothing. A lot of towns I work in, the old operator left and he spent all his life putting it up here. Now he's gone. So that's something to think about if you're an operator and you still love your community and you're ready to retire and you've got all this knowledge in your head. It's probably time to put it on paper. A lot of times these guys have maps and they've got notes or something written on a 1x6 in the well house. The new operator comes in and he has no idea where anything's at. Any questions on that? Are any of those cities in here that had the maps done? Terry from Pennock, he was a superstar helping us find all this stuff, but Terry, you didn't know where anything was in your town, basically. So we spend a lot of time, we work together with the operator, locate the curb stops, locate the valves. Once we have that done, everything is painted out, located to the best of our ability. Lori or one of the girls from the office will come in with that GPS unit and collect all those GPS points. So it's kind of a two-step process. Go get everything found, everything located. Pet peeve I have, and Terry didn't do it, if I'm gonna stand there and help you guys dig a hole and find a curb stop that's 2 feet in the ground, we get that curb stop visually located and we know it's there, and I watch that operator kick the dirt back in the hole, I put my shovel away. And I see it all the time, and it drives me nuts. It's, you know, raise that curb stop up. We know it's there now, you're gonna have to dig it out again, so. Anything? If not, we'll move on to our final speaker of the day.